love trying to analyze what they capture. Welcome to the chatter after. Today, we're talking so much Marvel stuff. It's a marvelous Monday. We're talking the Marvels, which just came out, and Loki season 2, which just ended on the exact same day for some reason. Don't know how that worked out. But if you haven't been caught up on anything happening in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, this is not the show for you. So make sure you give us a like, subscribe, bookmark it, come back later once you've watched the Marvels and Loki season 2. We're gonna have timestamps once this live stream is over, so you can jump to whichever review you're here for. If you're for both, awesome. Hang out with us. It's a great time. I'm Mike. That's Jamie, Didge, Cliff, Joel, and Trayvon. We've got a lot to get into, so I guess I'll just start with you, Trayvon. The Marvels. It finally got here. What were your thoughts, dude?
So, my thoughts on the Marvels. I had a great time. I thought the movie was amazing. I love these characters already anyway from the individual projects. So, I was excited to see how they were going to fit this in this short time span. That was that was pretty much the main issue I was worried about. I knew I would have fun. I was just like, well, how are they going to squeeze this into an hour and 45 minutes? Minus the I guess credits, so I guess a little bit less than that.
Mm.
Yeah, I had a great time with it. I thought the characters were done really well. I thought the dynamic and they answered the question on why Monica was kind of like so standoffish in WandaVision about Captain Marvel, and I love seeing Miss Marvel geek out and get to meet her hero, and it wasn't a traditional, oh, I meet her and she's terrible. It wasn't that. So it was like, maybe I'm realizing that this hero stuff is as easy as I thought, but Captain Marvel is still a good person. So I like that they kept it that way. They didn't try to make it like she's some uh, superpower wielding devil going around the universe. So I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, I guess that'd be my summary of it right now. I don't know if you want me to, like, go in depth in it, or you want me to
No, we
just
can
that's
we
it.
can do first impressions and go around and
Okay.
hit more
So yeah,
specific beats a little bit later if you want.
yeah. So I'll stay there. That's enough for me right now.
Nice. What about you, Cliff?
Yeah, I enjoy the movie. I like it. Is it the best movie? No, not close. But it delivered on the one thing I wanted, which was great banter and like a dynamic between our main three characters. That's all I wanted. It's beautiful, great. Love the first 40 minutes. Love Nick Fury in this. Like happy go lucky, like kind of like uncle slash granddad. Nick Fury is great. It's fun to watch. Love it. Also, we do not deserve Iman Vellani
No.
in this universe. We do not deserve her. But yeah, quick thoughts. I enjoyed it. I like it. It's.
It's fun. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Joel,
Yeah.
how are your thoughts on movie number 33 in the MCU?
Cool. It's a good number. I am still enjoying these movies after all this time, so I'll say that it was a very good time at the theater. I will say that there was nothing in this movie that really stood out enough for me to say I disliked it. I had a really fun time. I laughed a lot. There was a lot of things to laugh about. A lot of like the banter that Cliff was saying was really good. A lot of cool little Easter eggs for the future. That was a nice way to end the movie. So like I think it did everything I usually like an MCU movie.
Yeah.
Um, does it have some issues? Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say it's perfect, but it was still super fun and one of the better movies I saw this year.
That's impressive because you've seen a lot of movies this year.
I've seen a
You
lot
have.
of movies.
Oh, man. Jamie, what about you?
I had fun with this one. I like this movie a lot better than the Captain Marvel movie. I don't hate the Captain Marvel movie, but I'm
Yeah, not
also
too
kind of
much.
like, I'm just putting that out there so nobody thinks that. But I like it was definitely one of the weaker movies in the MCU for me personally. But seeing the Marvels, I really like what Cliff said. Like I like the banter between all three of them. I like this kind of rapport that they now have with each other and like some of the emotional beats they were able to hit. Although I will say, and it's funny that I say this, I feel like the movie kind of leans too much into the goofiness. So it's like it's fun, but I also when like serious things happen, like I wanted them to get serious, like I wanted to see like a little bit more range. But I still overall had a good time, so I can't really complain.
Well, at least you had fun. Didge. How do you follow up? How do you follow up 4 other opinions? What you got?
Honestly, I'm gonna agree with everything you guys said. It was so much fun. I do think it had its flaws. The villain was definitely one of the weaker ones. She acted great. They just didn't give her much to do, so that kind of hurt her. But overall, it was such a fun movie. I love that Samuel L. Jackson is no longer Nick Fury. He's just Samuel L. Jackson. Like he's just him in the MCU now. That's great. Tiana Paris and Samuel L. Jackson both just seemed like regular Black folks, and they're just having to deal with all these superpower people around them. So that's how they felt to me this entire movie. So it was great. I had a good time.
Yeah, the Marvels it's just fun, dude. Like,
Yeah.
It's not overly complicated. Like we talked about the runtime on previous streams of like it's only an hour 45 minutes. I don't think you could have done much more with the plot they gave us.
No, it was perfect.
Yeah, like
which is funny because I think it could have been a good 2 hours.
Yeah.
I think you could have tacked on another 10 minutes.
Now y'all doing too much. 145 is the sweet spot.
Okay,
I've said that a lot of times.
He has said that too many times, if we're being real. Cliff, I want to give you space to say it though. What would you have added to pad out that runtime? What would you have expanded on?
More about our villain's backstory. I think that's the biggest gripe for me. Which
I don't think there was much there to begin with. I think that's
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like it's to bring it back to what Jamie said earlier about the villain being one of the weaker. It's like it's just like a continuous MCU problem. Whereas like our villains just are severely underdeveloped in a lot of things and what have you. And I just wish we could have gotten more because I'm sorry, are we going into spoilers for this? I don't want to.
Yeah,
full spoilers. Say anything you want.
All right, bet.
Beast is in this movie. So, yeah. There you go.
Okay.
Michael. All right. We just go to like
the full name, Joel.
Press X was mentioned. The X symbol was behind them.
Right. Exactly.
I said at the top of the show was spoilers, so if they still here, that's their fault.
Right. Exactly. But yeah, I guess when it comes to that, when it comes to the villain, because I can't even remember her name.
Darben.
I just think we would have gave her more reason. Like, why did she feel? What was her name?
Darben.
Darben? Oh, I was never going to remember that. But yeah, I wish they just would have gave her an actual reason for why she decided to be the one to restore, resources to Hala instead of just like I was there, and then Captain Marvel shot
I think
a
it's
rooftop
like
over me, and that's what
Captain
happened.
Marvel killed her predecessor or something, so she's picking up where her predecessor left off.
Yep.
Like the Supreme Being, was that her predecessor?
No, from the Guardians movie.
Oh, you meant Ronan. Oh, right, because of the Cosmo ride. Okay, see, Ronan? I forgot all about that.
That's what I thought.
Accuser?
I don't think it was talking about Ronan. I thought we saw Captain Marvel kill her predecessor.
Yeah, that was the Supreme Being. What made her
that's not the predecessor?
Yeah, like was she the underling to the was she second Supreme?
No, she was mind you, she was just out in the street.
Going off of the
saw Captain Marvel fly by, somehow ran over. Yeah, they never explained how she got the hammer. They never explained how she got the hammer.
I thought she was talking about Ronan too, honestly.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Yeah,
but
I missed.
I don't know.
I saw this movie twice to make sure I wasn't like
the Supreme Intelligence was their leader in general, like everybody.
Right.
Maybe I missed.
That's not even the worst thing. Is
was Ronan from that planet then?
Yeah, he was for sure.
Yeah, he was a Kree.
Kill him.
No, but the Guardians killed him.
Joel, please explain.
Please,
give us this character lore, please.
I'm assuming she took up the mantle of Accuser. They just never call her the Accuser. She has a hammer. So that's what when she's talking to them, I thought that's what she meant. But she blames their planet's destruction or like its current demise because of what Captain Marvel did, which was destroy the Supreme Intelligence. But
yeah,
that's kind of like that's leaning on that, but because that is what she's blaming Captain Marvel for. But it's obviously Captain Marvel says it's the Civil War or the war that between the Kree and the Skrulls that actually caused all that. They depleted their own natural resources. It's their own fault at the end of the day. But maybe they lean too heavily on the Supreme Intelligence to correct everything, and that became the downfall. You know,
very much Krypton vibes.
It's like they're victims and also unfortunately perpetrators of their own demise.
Right.
It's very weird. It's again, this is why I was thinking like if we had like a good 2 hours, we probably could have explored a little bit more of this because we're talking about like 30 years worth of like people living on this planet and what have you, just dealing with what's been going on and all that stuff. So I just wish they would have expanded on that a little bit more. And what have you? And
I said 145 was perfect.
Let's start.
I mean, it was also just interesting when Trayvon had mentioned earlier. One of his reasons for liking the movie was that like they didn't make Captain Marvel like this this guy going around destroying things. So in my mind, I was like, they call this woman the Annihilator. Why? I need to know more. There's no way this one incident she got this cool name for the rest of her life.
No, she destroyed Supreme Intelligence. Like
that's for sure.
I mean, that was a huge
she
thing
did mess
for
their
them.
planet up.
Like she destroyed that, which made a power struggle, which made people fight. And then the resources. I don't understand.
And that would have been interesting.
I don't understand the sun and all the water going away. But you know,
the water.
Somebody
the water
got
I could see. The water I could see just from like you're using it for whatever weapon. Like it's trying to like they're using hydrogen based whatever. The sun, I have no idea.
It's just the SpongeBob meme, man. Everything that happened is her fault. She poisoned the water.
It makes you wonder what like the Supreme Intelligence was doing, like right, and how much upkeep they were doing and what have you. Because it just would have been interesting. It was like we haven't seen these people for 30 years. You know, Ronan and like the Guardians have been doing their thing. We don't know what's been going on with him and what have you. He should be back and what have you. But I think it just would have been more interesting if we could figure that out.
I agree.
And just expand the villain a little bit more.
Yeah, because I was confused when we were discussing it. So
I feel like I don't know. For me, it's like if you watch all the
because she has reasons. I'll give her that. She has reasons, but it's not too much meat to it, I guess.
Simple. See, wait, what did you say, Trayvon?
I'm saying like because I've seen all the MCU. Like as soon as I saw that thing she was carrying around, I just automatically thought of Ronan the Accuser.
Yeah,
but here's the thing, right? 2 points on that. First off, I did think of Ronan, and I was like, I wonder if they're gonna like explore this. But then when we saw like the flashback, like I didn't really see Ronan, and I could have sworn I saw some other lady. Now I'm not sure because sworn I saw some other lady, and she killed that lady, and that's why I was like, oh, like that was her predecessor. So I have no idea where the hammer came into place. And then second, Mike did say this is the 33rd movie. That's a lot of shit to remember.
Yes,
it is. I can't even remember things that happened in my own life.
Right. I thought the Guardians destroyed Ronan's rod or whatever because it had the Power Stone. So where should she just get it back from?
I just assumed the rod was something that all the Kree use at this point.
That's what
I didn't even make that association to Ronan anymore.
I just thought it was a typical weapon. Like
accusers have hammers. I doubt they only had the one. You know.
So you know what I think it really is? It goes into again. It's 10 years of movies and shows, but then like 30 years of Captain Marvel and like Kree and Skrull stuff that we just have no idea about.
It's a lot to.
Like, I think it's just it's a lot to develop and what have you that I think we could just be missing.
That's fair. I think that's one of the flaws.
Ronan was in the first movie for like 10 seconds.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, he was there.
She went up there and boom, remember?
He's like, well, we're leaving.
He was like, yep, I'll come back for her. So
never came back.
Never.
He didn't make it back.
Never got a chance to.
Oh man, that's one of the flaws of the movie though, is just narratively it's a little messy. I think that's why the praises for this film really are for Brie Larson, Tiana Paris, and specifically Iman Vellani. Art winners in the comments here and left this one. Haven't seen the movie, so can't pass judgment. Don't worry, you're not alone. A lot of people have not seen this movie, tragically. But
please do.
Go see it.
Definitely.
It's fun. Iman Vellani's passion for a character in Marvel is nothing short of amazing. Yeah, she's the best. She's great in this movie again. Jamie, we were talking off stream. For sure. We were talking off stream about this being like the first major tie to those Disney Plus shows, because like Miss Marvel's the first titular character from those shows to make the jump over. Loki was already in the movies and he went to TV. Right. Miss Marvel's coming from TV, going to the movies. How did that transition feel for you guys, seeing her play off of Brie Larson as like the co-lead of this one?
I liked it. I feel like there's a balance between like the fangirliness and her actually like coming into her own and like representing her own personality. So that's something I would definitely like to see represented more in a future project with the Marvels, like a Marvels 2 or something like that. Because I really enjoyed the Miss Marvel show where we got to see like her interest, and I also really like her intro where we see like some of like the drawing and like the graphics and things like that were implemented in the show. So it's like so cute. So as soon as like Captain Marvel stepped into the picture, it was cool to see like how they interacted, but I also still wanted some of that individualism. So hopefully we'll get more of that in the future as she like calms down from her fangirlness. It's like, just Captain Marvel's another person just like anybody else. Puts her pants on one leg at a time. But as far as the interconnectedness, like we were saying off stream, I do feel like this is the first film that not necessarily like backtracks what happened in the shows, and it's like it's more so like if you've seen this, you're like very in tune with what's going on. If you haven't seen the shows, I don't feel like it won't make sense, but I think some of the emotional beats and like some character motivations might not make as much sense. I don't know if that's going to work out in the long run, but I know for me personally, like investing my time into these shows, I don't want to go into a movie and essentially get a recap of what I watched for hours and hours, and for that recap to also be slightly different than what I watched, because then I'm like, well, why did we do this? But
so which should it be? Because we have the conversation of we don't want them to leave people behind if they didn't watch the show. But if you don't want to recap at the beginning of the movie either, which one do you want it to be? What's the compromise there?
Me personally, I would rather you leave people behind selfishly, but I also feel like a lot of the Marvel properties that I have watched just throughout the whole MCU, like I had some catching up to do as far as like, oh, I don't know who this is, or I don't really understand the origin for this. Like, let me look it up, or let me find some extra information. So I feel like the people that are really interested will, like, if they haven't seen the show for some reason, they'll go back and watch the show, or they'll talk to somebody like, hey, I didn't quite get this. Like, what happened? They'll be like, go watch the show. So that's kind of where I stand. Is it the right viewpoint? I don't know, but that's my thoughts.
Well, I don't know. I agree. I kind of don't want like, sorry you didn't watch it. It sucks for you. I don't know. Like that's how I feel, because I don't want to recap at the beginning because I've seen it all, and that's how I feel about it. Now, if you know we're in this universe, you should watch it. I don't know. I don't know what else to say to you. The one thing that I wanted in here that I was hoping she would say when Monica was talking about the witch X, I just wanted her to mention it was Wanda, just to say it, just because Captain Marvel knows who that is. It was just very funny to see who she's talking about. But she didn't tell her who it was. I was like, if you just said Wanda, it would have been.
Also, Wanda's dead. What's happening here?
It would have been.
She's not dead. She's
not dead. That's what that timeline
says. In the multiverse.
She's not dead.
According to what
that
people believe,
says
she's dead.
Who is people?
Right. In the like, she got crushed. She's like, by all, like Dr. Strange's not gonna be like, oh yeah, Wanda survived that.
As of
back, sure,
as
but
of
canonically,
right now,
they think she's dead.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I haven't read this book, so I don't know what y'all talking about.
I haven't got that far.
No,
yet.
they just mean like in
I'm
the
ignoring
in the
it, that's what I'm saying.
universe, like Doctor Strange is like, oh shit, she got crushed by rocks, and they started telling everybody, oh shit, she got crushed by rocks,
Well,
and
no-
everybody's like, oh, Wanda's dead.
Well, no. Also, that Marvel timeline book says that she's dead.
I'm
So I don't know.
ignoring
that
I don't
book.
know who in the universe wrote that book, but that's supposed to be a canonical book to the universe.
That's
I'm
canonical.
ignoring
Wait,
that
there's a
book.
Marvel
Is it
timeline book?
canonical
Nope,
as in
there
like
isn't.
somebody
Nope, there
in the
isn't. Nope.
universe wrote it, or
But
is it?
it doesn't
Yeah, 'cause-
predict the future. That's all.
Oh,
It's
no
the
book.
That's what I said.
official Marvel book.
Yeah, it's
So
as of right
Did
now.
I miss this?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it was
don't worry
very
about it.
Yes,
recent.
it came out like a few weeks ago. I'll get you the Amazon link.
Oh
for
yeah,
it.
yeah. I'll look it up because I did not know this was a thing.
Do you want to see it? I have it.
Well, let's have it.
Yeah, send it to
Grab
me
it,
in the,
Joel.
in
There
the
you
group
go.
chat.
I'm
But,
giving that right now. Like,
Wait.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because I appreciate the recaps because if we didn't, I would have not have known that this takes place before Secret War or Secret Wars. Like I would not have known that like this takes place within like a specific chunk of time
Secret Invasion.
and what have you.
Talking about?
Secret
Yeah,
Invasion.
thank you, Secret Invasion. And what have
Because
you.
that was gonna be my
And
next question. I didn't realize it did. I'm like, why
Yeah.
is Nick Fury so happy?
Didn't know
Considering
it.
Reed
Exactly.
still died?
That's
That
the
was
main
new to
reason
me.
why.
Well, he was
When
up
did
in
they say
space
it?
too, actually.
That's
His
the only
wife
reason I
wasn't
thought it
there.
was before because
I thought he
was
went back to
happy.
space. I ain't gonna hold you.
He did go
I
back
thought-
to space,
He
but his
did at
wife
the end of
wasn't
Secret
there.
War. At the end of Secret
At
Invasion, he
Secret
went back to
Invasion,
Yeah.
they
space.
went back to
His
space,
wife went
yeah.
with him.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Thought it was
So this is definitely
I
a
just
recap
thought she
from
just
prior.
wasn't like she just chilling in the room or something.
Okay.
Okay.
They
I
had a
haven't
lot to
got
do
that
with
When
it.
I
far
watched it,
yet.
I just automatically thought he's happy. This is before. That's
Yeah,
how-
yeah,
that's
like
how I
this,
went
like
with it.
this, like coincidentally
Yo.
takes place right after Miss Marvel's show and right after I guess some time has passed since WandaVision, essentially. You know, it's
Definitely after Ms. Marvel.
Not really. Yeah,
This just proves that we need recaps because I am lost
For
here.
sure.
man.
exactly.
I mean,
Recaps
the
would have been
timeline. Well,
Yes.
I don't know. If
I
they
was
just
definitely
released
wondering
the
why he was so
I think.
so cheery considering what just happened to him in Secret Invasion.
If they just released the projects in order, we wouldn't need a timeline or a
There's
recap.
also that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
there's been a lot of movement.
See, that goes into production and them. That's a whole nother conversation for later.
Yeah.
But it is nice if they tell us where it takes place. I hate trying to like look for time, like years and shit on the during.
Mhm.
Pull up
the
Star Trek and give
I
us the
didn't do
start
that.
date of when this movie takes place. How about
That would be
Mm.
perfect.
I mean, that would be cool.
Because it still makes me wonder, like,
It's just kind of
Carol ain't never come back to Earth since. Still,
No,
Like,
they
she's
showed
been
in the
avoiding-
flashback.
Showed her came back.
She showed
They
up.
showed her
with
come
Bernie.
back.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I know she was there for Maria, but I was just like, and
Oh,
this
no,
is my
after-
other problem with the movie.
After that,
Yeah, I'm just like, you mean to tell me you avoided Monica for 30 plus years,
yeah, basically.
and not once her mother died. You had to come back to help everybody, bring everybody else back to life. You need to go talk to this girl. You need to see her.
that
Like,
comes back to the timeline thing because
But
like
that
if this
happened
is
during.
sorry, go ahead, Trayvon.
I'm saying, but when they bring everybody back, the fight happened right after that.
Mhm.
Like, so I mean,
Yeah, so that's kind of where
Mhm.
my question lies
That's
though,
fair.
because
Okay.
WandaVision was what, a week after Endgame, I
Yeah.
think, like
a
canonically.
week or two or some shit.
Right. So if Monica's had her powers for like a month and then this movie takes place, that's fine, you know, because not much time has passed between WandaVision and the Marvels. But since I don't know when this movie takes place, is this years
So Ms.
after
Marvel?
Endgame?
Was a week after Endgame too,
I don't
or
know.
some time
Ms.
after?
Marvel?
Let me see.
Yeah.
I'm
Wait,
gonna
wait, what? Ms.
Hold on,
Marvel?
exactly.
Ms. Marvel takes place like 2 years later, 2025.
Right. That's the thing where it's like,
Because let's say, because sometimes like at this point, Monica's fully engaged in like the Saber Corporation and all that
Right.
stuff. So I'm like,
Right.
sometime has to have happened
Yeah,
at
Yeah,
least.
there's been at least
At
2
least
years
6
since
months to a
Endgame.
year, probably.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah, that
2
was
years.
2 years.
He called her up.
Approximately
Okay.
2 years.
Yeah,
crazy.
and it's been almost 3 years when we see her come back to Earth in the Marvels. There you go.
I don't want to get too lost on the timeline mumbo jumbo of it
It's a
all.
lot.
Let's get
It's
back
my
to the
favorite
movie.
thing, but I have not finished the book, so I'm sorry.
Y'all want to talk about the musical that takes place in this movie?
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
Gage almost walked out the theater when this happened. 'cause
Oh,
he-
it
I
was
hated
funny.
it.
Oh,
Oh,
my boy from
yeah.
E2 class and everything. Like,
I also didn't know that the guy was a K-pop singer.
Not too much.
Oh.
I have nothing against it. That's fine. But I was wondering why they were like, oh yeah,
my
this
boy is famous in
K-pop
South
singer.
Korea.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
I didn't
kept
know that.
talking about, oh yeah, this big K-pop singer is going to be in it. I'm like, damn, did I miss that scene? And I found out it was that guy, and I was like, oh.
Brie Larson said
they
that's
did
the
a
most
lot.
famous person she's ever worked with.
Wow.
That's hilarious.
Truly, like the dude is
It's true.
massive
Yeah.
famous. Like again, I recommend everyone go on Netflix, watch Itaewon Class. You can where you can see him like properly act. Like the dude, talented, extremely talented.
It was just like, it was super hyped up for it to be like 5 minutes.
Mm.
That's
Which
all they
again,
can
the movie
afford.
should have been 2 hours.
Did you want
No,
more
man,
of
we were
that?
good. No, I just didn't need you to hype it up that much. It's more sort of the statement. Like you
I
went
mean,
through this.
Are you
I
talking
got
to
his-
K fans?
He got his
That
own
was the one
poster.
thing I wasn't looking forward to, so I was very
he
happy that it
definitely
went by
got his
quickly.
own poster.
Yeah, it was
He did
funny.
get his own
I
poster.
didn't care. But
I-
it was-
Oh,
he definitely
wow.
I was
He
fine
did.
with them sitting on that planet longer. I didn't need the musical scene, but I thought the entire planet dynamic was really interesting. Like her being a princess there,
That
like
was funny.
her trying
Yeah.
to hide
Disney
the fact that she was a
princess.
princess there.
Yeah.
I thought all of that was great. I
She
didn't
had
need
the
to see-
magical girl transformation.
She
Right?
It was
Like,
amazing.
all of that was
Disney
great.
princess, it's official
Yep,
at this
it is.
point.
And it's Brie Larson. Take that, haters.
Let's
Right.
go.
Right.
I loved it.
Then you got Kamala just in the background having a good time and what have you. Like,
Right.
Why y'all not dancing?
right.
That was great. I enjoyed
It's
that a
also
lot.
at a planet you can understand me when I sing, but you can't understand outside of that.
When I'm
That's a
talking.
wild.
Yeah.
That's a wild premise.
That's the wackiness that I love about this movie, though.
For
Like
sure.
you can't do this in Civil War or Black Panther or
Right.
some of these
For
you have to
sure.
take superhero movies seriously type of films. I appreciate the Marvels because, like I was telling you before, Didge, this movie is it's a Saturday morning cartoon in like
Yeah.
the best possible way. That we're here, quick 90 minutes, having fun, being able to do a wacky scene of like, yeah, we're on the musical planet. And I wanted to stay there a little bit longer because you're right. Carol has this whole backstory, like Cliff was saying, of like 30 years. We don't know what the heck she was doing. And so just like seeing that she is married to a prince and she can just go up there whenever she wants and get help is insane. And I want to see more of what she's been up to. And I think having characters like Kamala and Monica around her kind of experiencing it with us made that really work.
It was great, even from the part when she realized, like, crap, they're going to this planet. I really don't want to go to this planet. And everybody's asking her, like, well, why don't you want to go there? Now we have to go there. Like, we got to see why you don't want to go there. Like, all of that, the lead up to it was so much fun.
Yeah.
And then
It's like,
to
Auntie,
find
at this
out
point, we
what-
got to see what you've been up to.
Right. Because it's like, clearly you were on something. You were doing something weird. We got to figure this out. It was great to see all the lead up to it. Like I said, I could have left the singing, but because it fit into the thing, it wasn't the worst thing in the world. But yeah, I do agree. I wish we would have kind of sat there a little longer, but I don't know what you could have cut otherwise. Because like I said, I kind of love that it was 1 hour and 45. I don't think you should have budged anywhere from that.
You know,
Mm.
it's, you know,
I mean, I guess they could have explored the planet more, but majority of the planet is water, so they couldn't go anywhere.
That's also true. There wasn't much else.
Scuba diving.
They was in and out.
It was a storybook
Right.
planet.
Right, and to add to what everyone said, especially since I feel like, I don't know, let me know if y'all agree with this, but I just feel like with Captain Marvel, they've kind of presented her that like she's been a loner for 30
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
sure.
And now out of
Yeah.
nowhere, she's a princess. I'm like, again, it goes back to that 30 years of history. I'm like, she's explored space. I know she know more people. She's been to more planets. People probably have different names for her and what have you.
You
It's
got
like,
more men.
we need to explore this, right?
More
She
women.
got more men, probably more women, probably. Who knows? She probably royalty all over the
a
place.
little close. I was like,
She probably got
Yeah, the
all
King of
types-
Asgard was giving her some eyes. I'm
I
telling
don't
you.
remember
man.
y'all being this close.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I forgot that she was just randomly there for like a hot second, like, oh hey,
In
how
a
you
suit.
doing?
Just popped up in a suit. Like,
Like,
you know,
what
hey,
is
just
going
need
on?
help.
I forgot
Hey,
she was there too. Not gonna
Hey,
lie.
Majesty,
Hold on.
what's up?
right?
Yeah.
Where'd you get the Bifrost energy? I don't remember that, but okay.
Just
She
just
should have
using
popped
it.
up in the musical because we all know Tessa can sing.
True.
She should have just popped up right there.
That would have been amazing.
That was great. I enjoyed that. I was like, oh, who you calling? Who's coming? I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. Surprising.
I was surprised, and then I remember this got leaked by you know who like months ago, and I'm like, dang it.
Guess
I
who
hate that I
did
did
it?
that.
I had
So
no
I was
idea. I had no
completely
idea.
shocked because I
did.
blocked you know who a while ago, so I was completely shocked. I was like, "Oh, crazy! This is
Yeah.
great."
I don't even know who is, so I was safe.
I think I know, but I'm not even going to try and guess.
To save your eyes, I won't say anything.
I will give them credit. The display of powers was pretty fun to watch in this movie.
The choreography was great.
Especially Kamala's, like her being able to like create a ball shield for herself. I'm like, all right,
I love that.
practicing.
Yeah.
I appreciate this.
You got to get creative when you're going to change your powers like that. I give them a lot of credit.
When they had
I
Monica
love the
fly right
comedic-
away.
Yeah, I
Woo!
love the comedic
I was
timing
like,
of all
yes.
of that in that scene, Trayvon. It was amazing.
I was like,
The
yes.
fall, the scene where when she finally hit the ground and Samuel Jackson, oh, it's Carol, we're good.
Oh, it's Carol.
That killed me so much. He's like, oh, it's Carol. All right.
No, we good. We straight. She gonna graduate.
I mean, y'all
I
know
thought that
me.
was crazy that Carol flew away like that. It's like, you know, you switch when you use your powers. What are you doing, woman?
And this man really told Monica.
Well, she
Black
did,
girl
it,
magic.
she did it to make him
Yes,
switch,
sir.
right? Remember that? And she said that's
What
what
if
she
they
tried to do.
did? Kamala's
trying,
falling to her
Don't do it
death.
in the
But she
style,
tried.
yeah.
She tried to do like it didn't work. She was like, "Well, shit, I gotta do something. Use my power, like so. Let me just. I gotta get her here. Like she gonna die. Like get her here. Like,
Right, because we gotta remember
I put her in the middle of
Kamala's
battle,
family,
like-
especially her mom was like, "I'm happy for you, but where's my daughter?"
That was
my
great.
focus.
And she was
where
like-
she's at.
I
need
love
her.
her
I like
parents so much. I love her. Her parents are great. I was so glad they were in the movie.
They were
Yeah,
fantastic. Her brother's also very underrated. Like he just
Yeah.
randomly comes in with
Yeah.
the quips.
Yeah, he's great.
Just drops his glasses. Just he's like, "I'm done. I can't do anything."
I really
Is this the
enjoyed
first like full family we've seen in the MCU?
In the MCU,
Full
I
family.
think so.
I mean, Kate's
Is our majority of our
family's
heroes
there,
like orphans?
Well, Kate, yeah, I guess so. Kate, too.
Kate's mother and father for like a minute. Like,
Yeah.
Well, we did see Thor's family, so
we
That-
did
yeah.
see
That's the
Thor's
only one.
family, yeah.
Mm.
Thor's full family in the
Yeah.
first one. So yeah,
We get to see Tony's for a little bit too in flashbacks.
Mm.
I was thinking more like in real time though. Like I don't count
In
flashbacks
real
as
time?
much. Yeah, Thor I think is the only other one.
I want to
because
ask
everyone
you
else is
guys
like a
something.
found family type of situation.
Yeah.
Ask you guys something. Do you guys remember or notice this happen? I watched the movie twice and I still was like, they didn't explain this at all. So at the end of the movie, when Kamala had both bangles, she used them. Then when she got to Earth, she only had one. Like
Mhm.
and I was like, where
Oh,
did
I
the
didn't
other one
notice
go?
that.
Editing error.
I was like, where
I
to go?
didn't notice that.
I don't think it's an error. I really think
I don't
they
think
just
it is
didn't explain
either.
it. I don't
But I
think
was
it's an
like,
error.
where'd it go? Like there was no discussion.
They just never
nothing.
explain it. Which
Like,
They put it back.
It was so funny. I
She
was
set
like,
it down on
that's
the ship.
crazy.
I think Carol kept it, but they just
but
didn't.
why
say it.
though? Like, let her have her power.
I mean,
I'm just taking it as an editing error. They just forgot. They
that
probably
might be it. That
seen
could
it. They had to do reshoots at one point.
I
You're like,
watched
oh,
it twice, and I was like, they really didn't talk about it.
I really didn't notice
I
that.
was
That's
like-
crazy.
But you know,
I
we did
noticed
have
it.
them on.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, you saw it at the end.
Oh.
I said, "Oh, wait a minute, what's that on her arm?" Both of them. I said, "Hold
Yeah,
on."
both
now.
of them. Well, you remember those bands are on Captain Marvel normally. Well, at least the male one for a lot of the original ones. So
What they call her? Binary.
Mhm.
binary.
That's what
Yeah.
they call
Well,
it. It was weird what B
Yeah.
said. B's like binary. Found like binary is sitting right there.
Yeah.
It was so
Yeah.
weird when he said that. I was like, "Wait, she's right there." She just said she found her. Why you said binary
Yeah.
found her?
wait, who are we
That
talking
was
about?
funny.
Yeah.
The end credit scene
Yeah.
or the mid credit scene.
Okay.
Beast
the
of
end credit
Binary.
scene by Maria Rambeau is binary in that world.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and
It
she
was
has
funny
both-
because
both
there was a
angles.
guy sitting next to me that he was writing notes, so I assume he's like a critic of some sort. And we're watching the thing, and it's like you said, Trayvon, like Beast is like something binary, like who is this girl, blah blah blah. Then the
Yeah.
guy goes, "Is that Storm?" And I'm like,
Oh my god!
"What are you talking about?"
It's because it's
Oh,
how he said it though. It was like it was confusing. He was like binary found. I was like, "Isn't she right there?" Like, why
see,
would
but
you
the
say
thing
it like
is,
that?
Storm doesn't ever look
But
like
this
that.
girl-
She's got
this
white
girl-
hair.
yeah, This girl also doesn't know who binary is, so she's like, "This." He
It's
didn't
just
point
a
at her.
branch timeline.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Mhm.
But
Oh, we'll
I
talk
loved
about
it.
branch timelines.
I
soon.
fucking cried. I when Beast came out, like unfortunately that was spoiled for a lot of us.
Like you know who?
I'm
yeah.
sorry that happened to y'all.
You know,
Yeah,
I'm
what's
sorry it happened to
funny
y'all. It was new to me, and it was great.
It was
didn't
new to
know
you.
either?
Exactly, Didge.
We
I
was
thought
in
it
the
was
same
new to me.
place when I got spoiled. Did
No, I muted the.
no, no,
I
no,
muted.
no. I remember.
Oh, I didn't. I don't think
Oh,
it got
I
spoiled to
It
me.
was
I don't
I
somebody in
remember.
remember
this
hearing
call was
about Beast,
talking
but
about
it
it,
still
and
surprised
we were
me.
both like,
Because I remember
"Wait, we
Trayvon
don't know
asking,
that."
and I
Oh, I
remember
stopped
me and Mike
listening
Yeah.
talking
because
about
I
it.
that was completely new to me.
Guys, the
He said,
podcast people don't care about any of this. Back on topic.
I care about this.
All right,
Well,
so
look, if you were
mid-credit scene.
surprised, that's awesome because
It was
that,
great.
that had to be feel good. Like,
Shout out to
So-
Kelsey Grammer, by the way.
yes, that was awesome.
Shout out to Kelsey.
Oh, I was loving it, and he looked
Having
good.
his
He looked so
Renaissance.
fucking
Fraser's
good.
back.
The implications that
Beast
that this
again.
means.
That's
So let's get into
me,
my favorite mid-credit scene.
That
That was cool.
That was one of my favorites. Probably the best post credit scene I've seen in a while, honestly. But that's
In a
because
long time.
I love the fucking X-Men, and I've just been waiting a long time.
Yeah.
You know how
Um,
I don't
good
know
it
why
felt to
Jawan
see an
hates on
X-Men
the
not
X-Men.
die in the MCU?
like,
Yeah.
and to see them look accurate, like
Not too
Beast
much.
looked so good, son. It was just
Mhm.
We had Professor X and like
Multiverse of Madness.
Wanda's
it's
brother.
Too soon. It's too soon. Like, yeah, that's double duty though. He was on both universes. But yeah, Professor Xavier died. It's like as soon as we saw him, and so
Yeah.
it's a fantastic. So,
And Ralph Boner doesn't count. So
we're gonna get. There's
I
definitely
need-
gonna be more Ralph Boner in the
I
future. I
need some
can't
people to
wait.
start. I need just the people start talking to each other so they can be like, okay. So what was the end credit scene in Shang-Chi? So
Captain Marvel
Carol-
was
so they were all
yeah.
talking to each
helping him
other.
out.
Oh, they were in the
Carol,
meeting. Yeah, they were
yeah,
in
so
the
I was
conference
like,
Yeah,
call.
and,
I was like, so
Bruce
you
and Wong.
you don't know about America Chavez? Go get her, break a hole open, go get her. I don't know.
Well, they don't know what it is. I think it is multidimensional, the 10 rings, but I don't. They're trying to figure out what it is. And
No. I'm just talking about going to get Monica. Like, break a hole.
They also don't know where she is.
If Monica was truthful about the witch hex and the wizards, and like we probably could have gotten to America Chavez eventually in conversation.
Yeah,
but
What
nope.
what is it? What if
I mean, we're gonna have to at some point.
I'm just
with
saying
these young Avengers
Carol
popping
talking
up.
to Wong, like she should know about hopefully America Chavez.
I do believe this will all culminate when it needs to, but
Oh yeah, America Chavez wasn't in the Young Avengers picture thing, was she?
It's not going to be 3 people, Jimmy. It'll get there.
All right, Young Avengers. Let's talk about it.
I'm here for it.
Cute.
If Kamala starts it, I'm here for it.
You brought up a very good point, though, Mike. How did she know that? How did she know that speech word for word? It is a question, but I just assumed she was just that big of a fangirl that she just somehow got some stuff that she didn't need to know. Maybe it's like in their archive somewhere.
Ant-Man's book.
She got the files, remember?
Yeah.
She got the little glass case. She's
No, but like Nick Fury
Ant-Man's
has
book.
in the shield. Nick Fury had the shield files of saying word for word.
It was
I showed up to
recorded.
Tony
Was it a
Stark's
recorded
house.
meeting? Yeah, that's
Right.
all it is.
Somebody said like maybe
superhero in the
Fury
world?
recounted this story to her, and then she just repeated what he said in the story.
We don't.
I didn't think
I
Nick
don't.
Fury
I
would
don't.
remember the story in that much detail. Honestly,
Honestly, it's
I
probably
think
just
she
for
would. I think she would.
He's that much of a fangirl. I think she found it.
yeah.
Or
I mean,
it's
either
also
way,
just-
I didn't think about it that much.
I didn't overthink it.
No, it was
either.
just it was a fleeting
It's
thought.
a funny nod. Is what it was.
Mhm.
it was cute.
Very.
Kate Bishop probably takes the most damage out of any MCU character, though. She's always covered in scrapes and
She
scratches.
is human.
Well, she is Hawkeye.
Because she the realest.
And she is all
She just
yeah.
be going
And
in.
she is powerless.
Yeah, well, why? Yeah.
Why did I feel like that was shade, Trayvon?
I'm just
Right.
pointing it out. I'm just pointing it
Why
out.
was there so much shade towards Kate? Like, Kate ain't do nothing
I'm
Not
wrong.
just
too much
pointing
on
it
Haley
out.
Steinfeld. Leave her alone.
She is powerless.
Maybe it's a Hawkeye thing.
Hey.
I don't know. Poor girl.
Poor thing.
Leaning into shade for no reason. She's
See,
gonna be my
who y'all
favorite.
think
now.
going to be on this team?
Who do I
Hopefully more
think?
people with powers.
No shit, Trayvon.
Nobody's
If I had to take a guess,
Oh,
Because we know we
Aside
got
from
Ms.
the-
Marvel.
Ms.
right,
Marvel,
beside the two.
Kate
America
the
Bishop,
guy
Chavez,
from Captain
Cassie Lang.
America.
Oh, Eli Bradley.
Oh.
Eli.
He
Yeah.
need to get a
Well,
blood
I don't know.
transfusion first,
Eli,
and then
Patriot?
he can join.
Patriot. Yeah, I don't. I'm not in a rush for Patriot though.
He needs to
He's
get
probably
hurt
gonna
first
be in
and get some
Captain America
blood.
4, though.
Well, if he's established there, then maybe. But until then, I'm not counting him. As of characters that we've seen, America Chavez, Ironheart.
I
Probably should be a wizard by then.
Maybe
Hulk has a kid out here too. Y'all.
Yes,
We all
yes.
forgot.
Oh my god, I forgot
Absolutely
that.
not. No.
Hell
And
yeah!
then we got
Scar's
Stature
on there.
for me.
He's for sure to be a part of it.
Oh, that makes sense, right?
For
Not gonna-
sure.
Why even introduce them if you're not gonna have
Right.
them do something?
Oh, I mean,
Wanda's
we haven't
boys
talked
are
about
out
it
here
since.
Hope the
somewhere.
CG is better by the time.
Oh, we're
we
gonna
see
get
that
them
game.
too. We're gonna get that too. Probably older versions.
Are we? So they're just going to steal them from another universe, right?
Who?
Wanda's
Wanda's
kids.
boys.
No, they'll be reincarnated. I'm 100% sure they'll do what they did in the
How
comics.
they be reincarnated if they were never carnated though?
You see, Jamie, branching timelines and world trees and shit.
Yeah,
But then there's
That sounded like
Stoneland.
some shade.
you'll see. They'll explain it away. I can't do that for them.
I am
That's all
positive
they
that
do.
one of these kids have been cast in an upcoming movie or show. I just
Oh,
don't
me
remember
too.
which one it
Pretty
is.
sure they're
Oh, I
showing
know.
up Agatha.
Oh, one
Yeah.
of them is definitely gonna be an actor.
Like,
That's still a thing? I'm sorry.
Boy,
yeah, I think
That's
so.
that's been done.
Joe
So is
Locke.
Ironheart though. to be
Oh, is
fair.
it done? Oh, I didn't know.
Oh yeah, they're both done filming. They just haven't had a chance to come out.
They're done filming, but they're Marvel, so they're probably not done filming. You know how they work over
That's a
there.
lot.
Yep.
I mean, they could do whatever they got to do now. Agatha's set to come out next fall, but we'll see.
Next fall, damn.
It got
It's
pushed
supposed to
back.
be- It's supposed to be this
right
fall.
now.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Yeah, last time I checked, Agatha it's been done filming, and so is Ironheart, Echo. We know that. Those three have been done filming.
Yeah, Agatha finished filming in May.
There you go.
See,
What do we think? Getting back on topic for the Marvels before we wrap this side of the conversation up, where do y'all think is going to happen with Monica's story? Because they firmly established where she is. What projects do we revisit that? Is it just going to be like a Kang Dynasty Secret Wars thing, or
It's going to be
Yeah.
Avengers.
Yeah, it feels like
Yeah,
that. unfortunately.
probably. Or maybe
Unless it's
whatever
Fantastic Four,
X-Men.
but even still.
Or whatever
I-
X-Men property.
All right,
But
question.
what?
I don't think we're seeing X-Men until like post Secret
Oh,
Wars.
then never
Like I'm
mind.
talking in terms of like movies. I mean, like I'm
Yeah,
sure.
I agree.
Hugh
I don't
Jackman
think-
will
Oh, then
pop
never
up
mind.
and
I
whatnot,
didn't know.
Any
but
X-Men movies till that.
X-Men's not even on the schedule yet?
Oh, well,
It's
then
not.
I take my
I mean-
statement back.
Looking
right,
at
they're going to pop up in Secret
Universe.
Wars, but in terms of MCU X-Men, we're not getting them for a good while.
oh, for sure.
no.
Unless
Well, at
they
least
just have a movie
2027.
in that universe, they just have one over there.
I want X-Men before
No,
I'm 30.
I don't want that. No,
Right.
no,
They might
They
try
gotta be-
that. They might try
They
that.
better not. It better just
Deadpool?
be. Deadpool's gonna be it.
Deadpool
Deadpool's
might
gonna
be.
be that.
It,
You might get her in Deadpool. You're right. I didn't think
Deadpool
about
might
that.
be it.
You know why? Because that could be that same universe.
When she was
Yeah,
in the
Fox.
hospital bed
You might
and
see that universe.
she went like this, do you guys think that meant she don't have her powers there? Or was she just like saying she was alive? For me, I was like,
remember that.
maybe her powers don't work. Because she was like this in the hospital bed.
That's
I was
possible, isn't it? Like, wasn't it?
Like,
Didn't they have a thing where they like couldn't use their powers in there or something?
And what?
No,
In
that
the
was
X-Men,
that was in
like,
Loki.
hospital?
I don't know. Doctor Strange
Like
powers
the
still work
base
when they
or
went to a different
whatever.
universe.
I'd be
not-
interested if like her
not-
powers, because she can view all light spectrums. If like depending on what universe she's in, she can't view every light spectrum, which means she doesn't have access to her full powers or specific portions of her powers. Maybe.
Yeah, but she also wastes a lot of energy, so maybe she just needs to recharge.
Maybe.
Awesome.
I just need
But I'm
Rogue
gonna-
to give Carol a big old hug when they cross over.
Oh no.
She could hug somebody else. She could hug somebody else.
Just hug Kane. Call it a day.
They ain't got no powers.
That's what I'm saying. Like let's just beat the villain right out the gate.
You just hate
I'm
humans.
trying to think who else can
Seduces Kane.
she hug.
Not a fan of Iron Man. Not a fan of Hawkeye.
I'm trying to think of another character she could hug on though.
It would be an interesting character development to see if they take that arc from the comics,
Which one?
where Captain Marvel loses her powers.
They'll save that for when Brie Larson wants out. That'll be
Right?
out.
Dang.
Yeah, I mean,
So she doesn't get him back then, it seems.
I mean, in the
She gets him
comics,
back eventually.
she was in a coma.
Mhm.
Oh, I mean, is that really using your powers? Or you just like not awake to use your powers?
Well, no, she's
Well, she
long
holds
lost
on to
her.
her until she like takes them. basically.
Yeah, she took all her shit.
Well, she
And
took
then threw her off the
I'm
bridge.
sorry. She
just
took
super strength
just her
in flight, super strength in flight, and that's
She
it.
took partial some of her
Yeah.
power, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was
Let me
like
ask
almost
y'all, I
permanently.
guess,
It felt permanently. That's
one
how
last
long she had it.
question.
Go.
Because where do y'all see our three main actors and characters going? Like, do y'all think we're going to get another Marvels? Like, do y'all think we'll see them together again within like the next like 7-6 years?
Nope.
I'll
6 years.
go
Even 10 years, I'll go
first,
very
I
far.
guess.
The three of them,
Man, sure.
and yes, I do. Now maybe not in their own movie, but together. Yeah.
With the box office results of this one, I don't think we get another Marvel sequel, unfortunately. But I think Young Avengers, that's where Miss Marvel will go. I think Captain Marvel can be a part of like Avengers movies or other teams. They might have to rework the character of Captain Marvel, like how they did Thor. Like, yeah, this one is super serious and this one's kind of silly, and it's like they're gonna have to figure out how to approach that character, right? So
they're just going to continue what they've been trying to do, basically.
I
with
think
Captain
so.
Marvel.
They might also just have to be like, hey, maybe this character's just not she should not be the lead of her own story. Like maybe you can have her team up with various people, like how Doctor Strange was in Spider-Man or how Hulk was in Thor. So I don't know how they approach it. Like this is the lowest grossing opening of any MCU movie, including the Incredible Hulk. So
and we're counting Ant-Man 3 as well.
All 33. This is the lowest one.
Quantumania was not good overall, like long term.
Well, you can't count because Black Widow didn't get a
decent
full.
Also, I feel like
thanks
to
also counting
for Black Widow.
It's also counting Black Widow.
I'd rather No, it's not. No, Black Widow didn't get a full.
Well, to be fair, I think we can give this movie some grace because of recent events and like strikes and all that stuff that's been going on.
Misogyny.
Yeah.
Yes, and racism as well.
Yeah, and who knows what's happening as far as like the stuff in the Middle East with Aman. I don't know like what her position is on it, but people could be mad about that too.
She's Pakistani, so I mean, like.
Oh, I have a character that
mean
Rogue can hug on.
To a lot of people.
Oh gosh.
They see everybody Middle Eastern as Middle Eastern.
But yeah, I was just curious because
which goes back to being racist.
I think this dynamic is very.
Amelia Clark.
Yeah, I was just curious because I think this dynamic between the three of them, they need to tap into that again.
Grab on.
Yeah.
What have you?
Yeah, I mean, there's stories to be told. I think what's really funny about the movie for me. I mean, it's a little factoid, but they call her the Annihilator, and it's funny is that there is a team called the Annihilators that features Ronan the Accuser. It's a cosmic team. Also,
and we got Annihilus as well. It's just a villain.
A lot of that, yeah. Annihilus is a negative zone, is it, or one of those zones?
Interesting.
Yeah. Fantastic Four villain.
She want to hear me. She can hug on that man.
She can hug Emilia Clarke. Yeah. I'm jealous.
Yeah, we heard it.
I'm talking to me though.
That's who we take the power from. Not Captain Marvel.
Oh, see, but you can't do it too much because she'll die.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's super strong.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta pick one, right?
Yeah, you gotta pick somebody. And I'd rather keep Captain Marvel. Thanks.
She doesn't have to go into a coma or lose her powers permanently.
I don't want to lose her powers at all. Thanks.
Yeah, it's
it was an interesting arc. I
enjoy this character.
A lot of people know Rogue with those kind of powers, and it's funny that's where she got them. And
yeah,
I would like to see it.
Of course you would. Y'all hate Captain
Marvel? Cool. I don't, but you can.
What is the agenda here?
Mm-hmm.
I know we do fan fiction at this point.
I like being outside of the mess. It's fun.
Are there any other thoughts on the Marvels?
I have none.
Nope.
It was great. It was
fine movie. Go see it.
I'm going to see it again. Sure.
More women in the MCU, please.
More women in the director's chair, please. Ada Costa, you did a fantastic job. Even though she came out and said like some of the restraints that Marvel kind of put on her with this movie, but I think by and large she did great with what she had to work with, and I hope they give her more to do, give her a little more free reign next time. Mm-hmm. And specifically, let her make a sequel. Like, the Marvels 3 with Blue Marvel would be really cool.
I don't even know who that is.
Blue Marvel would be fun.
Take it for like Denzel Washington had gray hair and was like the smartest man, one of the smartest men to ever exist, and had like
That would be
powers
cool.
and a cape.
Trayvon, come
Trayvon
back.
dipped
He's gonna
out.
be in that movie. And you're gonna like it.
Dang,
Trayvon-
what happened to him?
He has beef with Denzel, and I don't want to
So
get into it.
Ah.
Yeah, I don't want to get into it. I forgot.
We'll talk about that in chat after.
Guys.
Am I right?
I would love Blue Marvel. That'd be cool.
That would be.
Let's get John Boyega. How about that? That'd be better.
Yeah,
He's way too.
No,
young.
he's not. No, he's not. No, he's
Blue
not.
Marvel's old.
That's like trying to get him as Charles.
Change it up.
Xavier.
Change it.
Too young.
Nope.
Okay,
Honestly, I'm-
Sterling K.
Too
Brown.
old. How about
There's a
too old?
problem here. I'm
You got too
starting
old. How about that?
You got Sterling K. Brown right there.
You
Okay.
got
I feel like he's also still too young.
He's already
But
been.
also,
he's
wasn't he
been
already
in
in-
you? So
that-
He was.
I mean, he wasn't Black Panther, but he did.
I'm about
His
to
character's
say,
dead.
That is also
let's
fair.
not
We're in the
make that a
multiverse.
precedent.
Let's
Right, if
talk
Jimmy Chan
about-
can play two characters, we good. We got it. Let's go.
I love that Trayvon is so invested in this fan cast for a character he probably doesn't even know, just
So
to keep Denzel out of it.
do not know.
That's major hate.
That is tragic. Guys, we're gonna take an intermission and then come back to talk Loki. We'll be back in less than 10 seconds. Welcome to the Chatter After Podcast. We are here talking Loki Season 2. All 6 episodes are currently on Disney Plus. If you haven't seen them already, this is a spoiler conversation. If you haven't seen Loki, get out of here. We just reviewed the Marvels. Fun time. Let's dive into it. We're just going to run it back. Trayvon, what are your thoughts on Loki?
Why don't you go to B first?
Right.
Because we're
We gotta
running
get
it back.
the
He said we're gonna run it back. We're going back. We're gonna same exact pattern. Let's
We're
go.
running it back.
We got to get the
Well,
negativity out the way.
It's all
See?
part of the plan.
See. Anyway, I'll say what I said online. Loki, both seasons. The only watchable episodes were the finales, and I agree. So I don't think I'm just gonna keep staying. I'm gonna stay on that. So I just feel like I agree with myself. Sure do. So I just feel like I don't know. I just don't understand. Like the show is just so pointless. I just look. I like Loki as a character, sure, but this show was just unnecessary. Anyway, it's just like, especially the second season, what really made me mad. I was like, we went through all this stuff for him to go back to the season finale of season 1 to fix it. It's just dumb. I was like, what was the point of the whole season? What was the point? I don't know. That's all I got for this show. I got no more. I don't really care to talk about it no more. Y'all go for it. Have fun.
Oh, man.
That's all I got.
He gave up
I love
2
this
minutes
passion.
into the side of the episode. My God.
Now listen.
Joel, go on. We're not running back anymore. You're next.
What negativity, you got it.
The flow is broken.
The flow is gone. Loki is the first season was one I really enjoyed. That was very well written and really well done. And the second season was just as good, if not better. In terms of just storytelling, like the making you care. Because Loki was not a series I was looking forward to at all when I first heard about it. Because then once that character was dead, no offense, I was fine with that. I was like, cool, whatever. Moving on. But they did something very interesting and they made me care. And it took time to do that. And it took breaking him down as a character and raising him back up to see this villain, and a villain in almost every incarnation of this character. And it says it in the first season. For him to break out of that and become the hero and the savior of time almost. And it's just a full circle journey for this a variant nonetheless, because he's not even the cosmic timeline's main Loki. So it's it was just a journey. You got to see that, you get to sit through this version of Loki's journey into him becoming the hero or a hero, something he did not expect nor wanted to be for very much of both shows. But I thought the acting from everybody was incredible. I think Jonathan Majors is incredible as He Who Remains, especially in both the finales because he's like primarily in just those two. But he was kind of scary at the end there, especially in that last one. I was like, wow, that's cool. Like he did really good. And I liked him as Victor Timely too. I thought the fact that you could barely tell it was the same character, and the fact that he just looks too much like himself. If it wasn't for that, he played it completely different with the stuttering, and I thought that was going the extra mile. I thought he was great as Victor Timely. I thought the cast is great. Owen Wilson and them. That was an interesting choice to go with like the character of Mobius in general, and just another random ass character from the Marvel comic lore that like in the TVA in general, and making them relevant to the multiverse saga, which is important to this obvious saga. Loki plays a huge part, at least the series does. So I think overall they did a fantastic job, and it culminated in great visuals for a show too. So I will say it was a good time.
Yeah, I was not a huge fan of season 1 of Loki. I just felt like a lot of the early MCU shows, it was kind of a bit all over the place with where it wanted to go. Like the first couple episodes are really this Loki Mobius time travel adventure, right? Where it felt very episodic in nature, and then like episode 3 or 4 of season 1 was like, hey, here's Sylvie, and you introduce an entirely new plot line halfway through the season, and it kind of changed the entire course of the series. And that was kind of weird to me at first, but seeing season 2 and them playing with the idea of time and that one event that happens in the season 1 finale, and I think that's why the finale of this season works so well, because you see Loki taking centuries to figure out how to solve this problem. And it kind of, like, Trayvon is not wrong saying that you can effectively watch finales and skip the rest. You technically could, but I feel like that's part of the journey, part of the experience is failing over and over and over again. And finally seeing Loki make that sacrifice at the end of this episode is why it works. But I'm going to toss it over to you, Didge. What were your thoughts on Loki season 2?
So I went in. I was here for season 1 Loki already. I was excited for him to get a show going in. I loved season 1. The last episode of that season was definitely by far the best episode. That episode, just before I get into this season, was literally a monologue almost the entire episode, and it had you basically on the edge of your seat. So going into this season, I felt like it had high expectations. You had to beat a lot, and I think it by and large did. I don't think that you can sort of skip majority of this season and just watch the 2 finales and have everything, because you miss so much of the journey. You miss so much of why the conversation went the way it did. If you watch those 2, you're not going to understand why Loki made some of the choices that he made, why he did some of the things that he did, because throughout the season, you could see the difference in his growth in character. And I think that was very much important to why the finale went the way that it did. And I can't say enough about this season. This is some of the storytelling that made me fall in love with the MCU in the first place, I think. And I it's sad because you're not getting a season 3. Like, this is definitely the end of the story. But this style of storytelling I really miss, and I really hope we can get another style like that.
For sure.
Cliff.
I'm going to piggyback off of Trayvon and Didge, because I'm in between.
Very different opinions.
Right.
Because I agree with both of y'all, and I even agree with some of what Mike said, because I enjoyed season 1. I thought it was fine, but that season 1 finale episode, superb, and I think the same goes for this season's finale as well. But the reason why I say I go between Trayvon and Didge, because I watched season 2 very passively. Like, I did not keep up with this show. Like, my mother was the one who's like, "Oh, did you watch Loki?" I was like, "I'll watch it tomorrow. Like, I'll get to it at some point." But then I watched the season finale.
Right.
I kept forgetting the show came out every week. Okay.
I'm not gonna be real. I only watched Ahsoka because of the watch party, so I've been in that seat before.
Jamie, you
Literally.
my kick Mike.
Yeah. and so like what I mean with Trayvon, I'm like, I understand why he feels
Your
like
hate
you can
makes
skip a
me
lot of this.
stronger. I swear.
Appreciate it.
But yeah, I was saying because I understand why Trayvon feels the way he feels about both these seasons. 'Cause I'm like, I get it. Did I need to watch all 5 episodes? No, but I appreciate the context and I appreciate how it leads us to what I think is a superb and just like stellar finale. Especially like when you look at the parallels between like what main MCU Thor goes through and then what this variant of Loki, like they both end up almost on opposite ends of where each other wanted to be. Especially with like Avengers Loki, where he wanted to like his whole goal was to free people from freedom. And then at the end of this episode, he's now bonded to give people a fighting chance for freedom. Like it's just very interesting. I think the show does a lot of good things with like with themes and all that stuff. So I dig it. But I'm also like, I don't know if I needed to watch all 5 episodes because there's some threads that like we never finished. Why was Miss Minutes trying to smash this variant of Kang?
It got weird. It got weird.
It got a little weird, but that's fine. Whatever is superhero comics, like we're used
She
to
knew
this.
what was under all that hair. That's why.
I guess so. I don't know, because then we also had that one TVA agent lady who was also like dedicated and like committed to the cause for He Who Remains and all that jazz.
They didn't really go into that.
Yeah, like they didn't really like. This was all like kind of teased and like it seemed like it was going to be important for like 2 episodes, but then we just ditched it once we got back to Sylvie and Mobius and like their whole thing.
I feel like a lot of that is just, and we say this all the time, and Loki's very much still in that camp, even though it's one of the better MCU shows. They don't know how to make television shows. We've talked about this a million times. Like, even though I really liked this season, that's still a major flaw of they don't know how to properly pace some of these storylines out. They don't know how to wrap storylines up in a timely manner. Like, all of those flaws from every MCU show is still present here.
Mm-hmm.
But to what you, Cliff and Didge, were saying, like the character arc of Loki, much like we were talking with the Marvels, right? The Marvels is very flawed, but I love those 3 leads so much. It kind of overcomes a lot of the issues I had with it. Tom Hiddleston's performance and Loki's character arc in this season just carried it. There's still all those flaws, though, of like, yeah, they left a lot here and there because they don't know how to make TV.
But that finale between him and He Who Remains.
Like Joel said, that he got
how many times have we had this
scary.
conversation?
He got scary at points.
I was like, God damn, this is the scariest Kang we've seen.
Yep. Jamie, initial thoughts?
I really liked this season. I was kind of torn on season 1. Like you were saying, Mike, I feel like it very heavily suffered from pacing issues. And I was left with like a lot of questions that I feel like at least half of them should have been addressed in some kind of way. Not to say that season 2 answered all my questions. I still have many questions. But I feel that we've come to like a more satisfying conclusion. There's still some moving pieces, like you were saying with Miss Minutes. Not her infatuation in particular, but just her being. Like, still don't know what's going on with that per se. It seemed like the TVA was using her, like trying to reboot her, or I don't know what the situation was with that. Renslayer seemed like lost in the void, maybe about to be gobbled up, maybe about to meet a bunch of Renslayers, or yeah, I guess a bunch of Renslayers. And well, actually, I don't know. I don't know who she's gonna meet in there, because the Lokis that were there, didn't they all die, or at least a couple of them died?
Just the old man Loki, I thought.
Oh, well, maybe she'll meet a bunch of Lokis. In which case,
Kid Loki's still in there. He's also a guy who can be on the Young Avengers, by the way.
For sure.
Please no.
Maybe. Oh, okay.
Good.
I really liked that we followed Victor Timely around and like got to know him. I was kind of thinking we were going to meet more Kangs this season, and I wouldn't have been mad to meet more Kangs because, like, you know, we're in the multiverse, so I was expecting like to see a few more. But I liked Victor Timely actually, and he was actually a really like surprisingly funny and interesting character. I also like that we got to see a few different settings when we were following Biff. I think his name is.
Who?
Whoever the actor guy was. Brad. That's what it is.
Brad.
Brad.
Yeah, it's Brad.
Yeah.
You took the man from Back to
No.
the Future.
I
Yeah,
was so
they did.
confused for a second.
It's Brad Wolf.
I knew who you was talking about because you talking
Yeah,
about
I
the dude
did
from
too.
Blind Spotting. Like I knew who you was talking about.
Yeah.
Being buff,
The
though.
name kind of threw
Yeah.
me for a second.
Yeah, I don't know where I pulled that from.
Brad
but
Wolf.
following around Brad, it was an interesting little hot minute there. I feel like it didn't overstay its welcome because it did. I don't know. There are also a lot of characters that they focused on this season. Like we introduced Obi, Sylvie. She wants to work at McDonald's now, which I feel like they kind of went in the wrong direction with Sylvie, in my opinion. Like she was very annoying to me this whole season.
Was she not annoying last season?
I don't think so. Honestly.
Also,
I
not too
was-
much of my man OB.
No, I didn't say anything bad about Obi. I was saying they introduced
got
him.
They brought up a lot of characters. I didn't like.
Yeah, they brought in a lot of characters.
I wanted
There was no
love for
opinion
him.
in that.
For 6
I wanted
episodes,
love
they
for
made us
him.
care about like 8
Yeah, they did
different characters.
a really great job with that.
Keep her honest,
Um,
Didge. I like it.
I
You
didn't.
know it.
I was honest before. Okay.
I'm with you,
But-
Jamie. I ain't gonna let them double team you like this. We not jumping Jamie
Thank
like this.
you.
Mm-mm.
That's what I'd say. Like I didn't say nothing bad about Obi. I like Obi. But yeah, I also like the fact, speaking of like getting to know so many characters and liking so many characters, I like that people that we met in the TVA, they were kind of just like, oh, you know, like they just work here, just here, whatever. Like we actually got to know a little bit more about them and even get to see like what they would be like on the timeline. So yeah, there's a lot that I liked about this, a lot of different character moments, and I think it's interesting because I think the cinematography was a lot more interesting, and I don't know if I would say better, but they chose a lot more interesting shots in the first season, whereas the second season I didn't really get that as much. But if that's what they had to sacrifice to give us, like, in my opinion, a really great season, then I'm fine with it.
You didn't like.
I was also
shot
about to
that
say,
you
I
said
think
could
that's
be
what
the ad?
they.
The
Remember
what?
the shot when she was in the record store? We said we could. Well,
Oh,
That was good.
That shot was
crazy.
amazing.
That was, yeah.
Every time
Plus, that
crazy
final
stuff
shot's probably
happened,
where the entire budget went.
all
Oh,
the
maybe.
all that string effects look when they were
Oh,
in
yeah,
the
the
timeline is
spaghetti.
triggered.
It just made me
Yeah,
think
this-
of Mr. Fantastic every time.
It just makes me
hate
think.
Really?
Yeah.
It gets
And
Yeah,
Multiverse of
Wanda-
Madness. And Multiverse of Madness. That's what
Wanda.
I think about.
yeah.
it just reminded me
Okay.
of
Every time I saw it.
I can see that.
the shit under the water. I don't know. It looked creepy to me.
The score. No one brought up the score, and I'm mad I didn't.
Score was
either.
fantastic.
Oh, yeah,
The
the score was amazing.
so good.
I
can't
left
even
that for
remember it.
Didge to bring up, and he
Oh.
didn't.
I'm so. To be fair, while I was searching it, I found the last, like the theme of the last one, our version on YouTube, and I've been listening to it all day. That score is so amazing. I'm so
That's
sad
good.
part 2
That's
is not
super
available
good.
out yet.
Hmm.
But the score was so good all season.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you needed to watch it for anything, just listen. Just listen for that.
Natalie Holt she did the score for both seasons, I believe.
Yeah, she
Correct.
did.
Give her a raise.
Shout out to
Give her
her.
2 raises.
Yeah.
Racist.
That does
Get her
sound
on
great.
more
And
projects.
residuals as well.
Yep.
That
And
too.
residuals. Absolutely.
Yeah, get on better projects.
I'm going to run that bill up.
I mean, she was
Trayvon,
on a
not
great
too much.
project.
What?
Yeah,
What you
man.
talking about?
Wait, what did you
say?
say?
I didn't say nothing.
Arrows. You firing tonight.
I didn't say nothing.
You did. You said get her on better projects. I feel like she was on a great
And I
project.
did say that.
To answer something Jamie said earlier about the cinematography, I will point out season 1 was directed by Kate Herron, and Kate did all 6 episodes. Season 2 had 3 directors with
Interesting.
Aaron Moorhead and Justin Benson co-directing 4 of the 6. So
Did we have cinematographers, different ones for each episode, or was there just one cinematographer for both seasons?
IMDb does not have a cinematographer listed, so the director
Okay.
probably handled a lot of that too.
Probably.
Because again, no showrunners are listed because Marvel.
They don't have showrunners.
Yeah.
They have program creators. For now.
Is that what they
Isn't
call
that-
them?
Yeah, program creators.
Oh,
Ew.
I thought you were about to say
That's
content
nasty.
creators.
Because that's
so
it. They create the
That's
show and kind of
nasty.
walk. They're either they're in it or they're not. Sometimes someone else takes over usually after that. But yeah, unfortunately.
Wow.
Well,
But that's gonna
times are
that's gonna
changing.
Right, it's
Yeah.
gonna change. So.
Mhm.
I think Echo and Agatha are probably the last two shows that are like this.
Agatha Ironheart.
If Ironheart ever comes out,
But it's
Bro.
done. That's what I'm saying. So it got filmed that way, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like Wonder Man was filming at the time during the strike. So I don't know if that gets made. That's
Yeah, they tried.
We'll see what happens.
Blade been taking 5 years to come out at this point, so
I
expect everything. To
I
be
try not to
slow.
think about it at this point.
I do it every day.
Daredevil might be that. Oh no, they're retooling Daredevil. That's
That
right.
was a long
Yeah,
time
they
ago. They
retooling,
announced that too, that he was going to be there. It was going to be Blade.
he got announced the same time the cast of Eternals got announced, if I'm not mistaken.
Crazy.
Yeah, the same stage.
This is when they announced Phase 4 and 5. That's yeah. Whenever it was at SDCC,
Came out with the Blade hat on. Yep.
Tragic.
Oh, that's right, because he showed up like he got drafted. Walked up with the hat on. I forgot about that.
He said,
right.
I mean-
He walks up, shakes his head. They
Long
pose.
time.
Man pulled up to
man.
Hall H like it was
Right.
the NFL
And the
draft.
fact that he called and
there's
got
a few
that
$1
guy-
million here.
That was very exciting, that announcement.
So ultimately, in this season of Loki, Loki, again, as a character, has been searching for his glorious purpose, right? That's been the through line of this series. It's been the through line of his character. And I really love
now.
Yeah. I really love how the finale did the previously on, and it took us all the way back to the Avengers. And it just reminds me of the line he says to Captain America of like, you were made to be ruled. And like Loki's entire arc of becoming the god of the multiverse, I think is so fascinating because he ultimately got what he always wanted, but he's also got it in the worst possible way of him being forever.
Now he's got a
alone.
burden.
Right,
Yeah.
he's got that burden. How did you guys feel about how they approached the ending of Loki's character? Because we don't get a lot of endings in the MCU. And Tom
Yeah.
Hiddleston
I love
said, Tom Hiddleston did say that this is the end of his 14-year journey. He
Yeah.
might be back eventually, but like as far as he's concerned, Loki ends right there.
I thought I saw another quote where he said it'd be unwise to think he's done.
Yeah, I mean that both are
Overall.
true.
Yeah.
He feels like this is a good place to end the character, but he's also like, I've died 3 times, so who knows?
Yeah.
Which is fair.
Because it makes you wonder whether or not he's going to pop up in Kang Dynasty or Secret Wars at some point.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I don't know, the way that things ended for me personally, like I feel like we'll definitely see him again because now that he's like, I think they call him like the Time Lord, right? So he's like holding all of the multiverses together, and the multiverse saga will end at some point. So I feel like when that ends, maybe we'll go back to Loki and somebody be like, just like tie all those up, braid them. I don't know, do what you gotta do, put them all back together. Like we can't have this anymore. So
Hugh Jackman's like, I got this from here, buddy, and he just takes them.
That'd be wild. But I think they call him the God of Stories now. Like I think I saw the Marvel actual page call him that.
The God of Stories. Okay, interesting.
Which is interesting because it's stories or multiverse that he's holding.
He's holding
yeah.
them.
Well, according to the Watcher, there's stories in the multiverse.
That's fair.
It's fucking Cable for him.
Oh, what is okay?
He just pulls one up in front of him, just looks into it.
Oh my god.
What's on today?
So scary.
We can blame him for all the things we don't like.
Yeah,
Like
Jeffrey,
him
right. It's your
manipulating.
fault.
I mean,
The Watcher's not allowed to really interfere. But
So actually,
Oh, sorry, I meant Loki. My bad. Not,
to bring
the
up the
Watcher.
Watcher, where does the Watcher come into all of this? Like, I don't think it would be like a what if exclusive character because I find the Watcher pretty interesting and the fact
you
that like
see,
sometimes
Jamie,
he can intervene.
Interdimensional Cable. That's his character. That's his character. If you watch
Watcher
that,
doesn't do
now that we
anything but
have
watch.
Loki, we had Kang in the past that was kind of like watching over the timeline. I feel like the Watcher would probably walk up to one of them and be like, "Hey, yo, you saw that thing that happened in that one universe? That was crazy, right? Like, did you see that?"
Imagine.
Like, I want to see like something like that. I don't know. I like the Watcher.
Well, we'll see more.
Just want to point
Watcher.
out, it took me a minute to get Nick's reference.
is that multiple
Took me a
universes?
minute.
I would
He's
assume.
holding.
Right? Looks like it.
He's holding every
yeah,
single one.
all
He's
of
holding
them.
all the
All of them.
timelines.
He
Yeah.
saved them and holds them now. He kept them.
So wouldn't the
X-Men,
Watcher
Logan,
that's,
everything.
so that's the
Zoran,
problem with all
everything.
this. I guess that's when you have the problem with stuff connected. Like I love to be connected. Keep it up. But I'm just saying, like when stuff is connected, you're just like, where is the Watcher? So you have those kind of questions, like where? Like, I know
They
you
in
see
a new
this shit
dimension.
going
I mean,
on.
where does he exist? You mean?
Well, I'm like, I know you see all this shit going on. Like, you know,
Well, that's the thing. He just watches.
Peek, like, I mean,
He
let
just
us see
watches.
him. Let us see him look. I want to.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to see a face in the
You
background?
wanna-
Yeah, I want to
You
see
want to
him.
sit next to
Crazy
him while he
Loki.
watches.
I see
Yeah.
you.
Just like, what if you see the eyes? It's like,
Yeah.
what's going on?
Like they're popping on Doctor Strange.
You know
like
how
they did in
terrifying
also-
that would
and
be.
whatever, you know.
Everyone,
Because
every
he exists
episode has that.
in the in-between, right? I hate to
Yeah.
make it a Stranger Things reference, but
Yeah.
I
he
think
exists
so.
like
He
in
exists
between
outside of
realms
time.
going
Yeah,
on,
it's like
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
he could see every universe from every
Mhm.
possibility, whatever.
They call
And
it
he
the
ain't decided to
nexus of all
intervene yet?
realities.
There you go. Nexus of all reality.
Because then this is where my question comes into play. With all these multiple timelines, no one has thought to beat Kang at any point during all of this. Like no one's thought, hey, let's stop him here or here. Like the Watcher hasn't been like, hey, I actually need you to
The
stop what you're
Watcher
doing.
does
'cause-
not
He can't.
Doesn't
interfere.
He just-
interfere.
He just
Yeah.
watches.
Well, what
He
does
just
Celestial-
looks at it.
Well, then what was like King
Crazy.
Ultron interfering for then
What
all
does
of a sudden?
Celestials think of this then? Like,
Well, he was going after the
That was our
Watcher,
question.
so he's like, I gotta do something about
Look,
this.
Is that or die?
Yeah,
I'm like, the
it's
Watcher
necessary.
can get involved, but it's just weird.
If you're
when it comes to
destroying
that
the
character.
multiverse, yeah. But the problem is Kang is not destroying the multiverse. He's trying to keep it as one universe. That's all that's right now. Loki's fight was to save the multiverse because he was killing innocent people that didn't. And Kang was like, no, we have to keep one or lose them all. And the opposite was like, well, we'd rather fight to save everyone instead of keeping the one. And that's right now the dichotomy between He Who Remains and the rest of the kings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
where's
The
Eris?
war is supposedly the war, how the multiverse can be destroyed. You know? But we'll see. I guess.
Which Loki also kind of still makes me a little confused, but that's just multiverse stuff.
Yeah,
Oh, that doesn't get any easier with multiverse shit.
When you
I-
start dealing with multiple.
Where is
universes,
Doctor
it's
Strange? This is your reality. Where are you at? You
He in
protect
the
the
dark.
reality, right?
Where's he
Rested.
at again? The dark whatever. I forgot
Well,
the
right
name
now
of
he's in the
it.
dark.
Oh, him and Charlize
Yeah.
Theron doing
He
something.
can't be
Yeah, they're in the
still
dark
there.
dimension. Yeah.
Why not?
No,
The last
I thought
time we
he
saw
went
him-
back to New York, right? And then that's when he met that other lady, and then they went
Yeah.
to a
That's when he met
bar.
Charlize Theron. Yeah.
That's when
Yeah.
they went to the dark dimension.
Oh,
Let his woman. Let him cook.
Right. He
They
having a
would
date.
Dormammu chilling.
There
They
was
have
I-
dates
I
and
hope-
stuff.
When people
That's his
say
future
statements-
wifey.
When they say statements like "I watch your reality," I hold on to that. Like, so you better stick to what you said. Like, what does that
I
mean?
mean, pretty
Pop
sure.
in.
Again,
This MCU, they
Where are
recommend
you
every
at?
movie, every project.
That is fair. That's one of the reasons why I think, and it may be controversial, I don't know. Like, if this was the end of the multiverse saga, I'm fine with it because, like, Kang as a threat has only appeared really in the Loki series and in Quantumania.
Ant-Man. Yeah.
Yeah, he lost to Ant-Man. Like, that variant lost to Ant-Man, and then Loki solved the multiverse problem here. I don't need to see this storyline continue, like the multiverse saga. I don't know what else they can do with this. I don't know if I'm that invested anymore at this point.
did he solve
But
the
that's-
multiverse problem though?
no.
But that's
maybe.
also where it's interesting. 'Cause especially like what Sylvie wanted. Sylvie wanted everything destroyed. Whereas, Loki's whole purpose now is like, oh, we're giving people a fighting chance to just live their lives. So it's like, what exactly are we about to head towards? Like what Kang variant is about to bring that fight,
Right.
to the forefront,
Mhm.
essentially, in these Avengers movies. Like, what exactly is there to do next? Because we still got that whole army of Kangs doing
Yeah.
something.
He
Prepare.
says it. He says it in the show. It's like they're out there now. I can't do anything about that.
Mhm.
You fucked that up. They exist again.
Right. Because it's kind of like the Matrix. Like, Kang is God. He knows what's going to take place.
Right.
It's either like, what are you going to do in this situation? I've already seen this
They're gonna
play
fight
out.
now. I think that's the point now. Before they were trying to limit everything in the sacred timeline, and that's how they were just kind of keeping everything in order. And it was an order where like you had no choice but to do what I tell you to do because this is how it's gonna be what it is. And now it's kind of disorder. Now you have a multiverse again, and it's very much now you have to deal with the ramifications of that, which will be the Kang Dynasty or whatever the fuck comes out of that. And now they're gonna fight that off in some capacity. And then the next couple movies will depends. Not all of them, obviously. Like Deadpool 3 definitely is gonna have multiverse shit in it. We already know that for sure. And who knows about the other ones? I know that Captain America probably won't. Thunderbolt probably won't.
Fantastic Four probably will.
Probably, yeah. Blade probably won't. But like, and then the other two Avenger movies.
Yeah, because I think they did set up a nice precedent since technically this is Avengers Loki. Technically, Loki has already created saved the multiverse. Technically, right during all of phase 2 and 3. Like technically. This is like they're already fighting. Like it's multiverse. It doesn't really like. The more you think about it, the more
they
just like
set up the war that they're gonna have in the first season of Loki. Like this all happened already. That's the whole point with time. It's like this all happened. It's just now we're seeing it play out, kind of thing. It's weird, but it's true.
Sylvie Yeager.
Not too much on Sylvie, okay? Not too much.
I don't know if this was Brandon or Isaac, but well played.
I hope she wasn't planning on going that far.
No spoilers for AOT for those.
Yeah, no, we won't spoil.
Yeah, I still haven't finished that episode yet.
I don't even know what y'all talking about. At all.
Attack on Titan.
Yeah, Attack on Titan.
Trayvon, you would love
Trayvon,
Eren Yeager.
You would
watch
love.
Attack on Titan.
Honestly, you might actually like it.
You'd love Mikasa.
She's raw, though.
How many seasons?
Four.
That came out in 10 years.
Technically.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Four. The answer's 4.
How many episodes though? Each one of them 4.
It depends on the season.
It's 89 total.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Four.
Season 1 got like 25.
Season 2
Season 1
got like 2.
Yeah.
Season 2 got 2.
Yeah.
I mean, I watch all of Dragon Ball Super. I could do that.
For sure.
Yeah. I need to. No, I don't actually. I was gonna say I need to rewatch, but no.
Oh, well, interesting question. Who's your favorite character from season 2 of Loki?
Oh, favorite character.
Like, who do you think was like a standout for you?
My boy
You
OB.
Didge is an OB fan, man.
Fan, to be exact.
He was cute.
He's a stand.
And Obi is key, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
great. Horrible.
He
I
who
love how
remains.
excited he was for everything.
It's got to be
It was great.
Mobius for me again. I love
Okay.
Mobius. He's
I'm a fan of Mobius myself. I like him.
Yeah, he was good.
He was great. For me, it's Loki. Tom Hiddleston is a treasure, and I'm going to miss him. Like watching this season was very much like watching Guardians 3 of like the MCU that I grew up watching is effectively gone because the original Avengers are gone. Loki's now gone. Thor's doing whatever with his kid. It's like the Guardians are out of here.
I forgot about that.
It's crazy.
Spider-Man's effectively done till further notice.
Miles will come back.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, Miles will be introduced. Hopefully. Let's do things before I'm 30, Marvel, please.
I don't know if I want Miles introduced
Bro,
too soon because
I
when he
do.
is, I get scared for Peter's safety.
That's fair.
And that's fine.
People
And
are
that's
already
fine.
talking about it.
That's fine.
Okay, Trayvon, that's one step too far. We're not allowing Peter Parker slander. Here. I'm
Tragedy.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Game
I'm
over.
getting kicked out. Wow.
I thought it'd be Jamie to say it first, but damn it, Trayvon.
Now I know because I'm a Miles fan. So let me not say too much on Peter.
Spider-Man.
Y'all
I
just
just
like
think
Miles.
Miles Morales is
I had
great.
a
Well, I
chance.
love Miles, but like I said,
Let's
Peter
not.
might die, and he's just like, that's fine.
He
man.
can go.
Yeah.
Like,
So can Carol. Here we are.
I mean,
Let's
y'all want her to
go.
go, so she probably is gonna go. So there you go. Happy
I
for y'all.
didn't
Who
say
is this y'all?
Yeah,
You
for
just
real.
said you can't wait for her to hug her. Shit. Y'all can't
That
wait for her to go.
That ain't got. I said I wanted to see the arc.
You want to
She
die.
don't die.
Or in a coma. Same thing. Shit. I still go see her
It became
flying.
Captain Marvel way after that. Was arc.
Yeah, she came
I
back,
think my
got her
favorite
powers
character is
back and
dead, so I can't
everything.
partake.
How long these movies take to make? We'll see it for like 10 years, please.
That's how I feel about Shang-Chi, and nothing happened to him.
You know?
Seriously, that man is chilling, and we ain't seen him forever.
No, that's true.
Dude.
No, like really, what is he up to?
Shang-Chi or the actor?
Shang-Chi.
Chilling.
Sean.
Is he in valet again?
Sean.
He had to
Hanging
take
out with
some
Wong, I
Florida.
guess. I
There you
don't
go.
know.
Yeah.
What's
That's
it?
right.
Yeah, what's her
Oh,
name? What's
yeah.
her name? His girl.
Aquafina.
Katie.
Okay, I was
Real
gonna
name.
say
Katie.
Kate, but I'm like, I don't know. Yeah,
There's
they
two
have a lot
Kates
of
that
Kate.
shoot bows and arrows. I hate it. What were we doing here?
One's KD
Maybe
and
I
one's
just know a
Kate.
lot of
Like
Kates.
his sister still got the 10 Rings organization doing something, I'm guessing.
Right. They
That's
doing,
yeah,
they
that's
doing
true.
some nefarious
Yeah.
stuff.
That's
Shit
what I
Right.
want
She
to
making
Right.
money. She making money.
Yeah, she's making her money.
You don't gotta do it like that though.
She
Yes, she
making
did.
her money.
Yes, she did. Shit. Fad up too. Hey, take it over too.
This is
You're gonna
this is
start a
exactly why you're
crime
gonna love
organization.
Aaron so much.
Yeah, you would for sure love
It's
Aaron.
already in motion. Listen.
Oh
I'm
shoot!
gonna get that,
Well,
buddy. What you mean?
hey y'all, I gotta go. It's late.
Y'all heard of Hydra? Wait till you see the new 10 Rings.
Oh my goodness.
Watch her be the main villain for like Young Avengers or something.
That'd be crazy.
I could see that.
Her?
Do you think Shang-Chi would be a part of the Young Avengers, or he's too
No.
old?
No.
Nah, he's too old.
He's He like should be 30.
He's an Avenger. He's an Avenger.
He should be an adult Avengers.
No, he's not. He's not an Avenger yet.
He
I ain't giving him
but he
that.
will be.
Sorry, with them rings, he's an Avenger. He's an Avenger to be. That's
He'll
it.
be an Avenger. Spider-Man will be
Yeah,
an Avenger.
he took down a whole kaiju. I'll give you that.
With help.
That's all.
The
Kame
question is,
Kamehameha.
what team does Spider-Man go on? That's the
Avenger.
Young
question.
Avengers.
You're not demoting him to Young Avengers. It's
Is it a
He's an
demotion?
Avenger.
to
Is
be
it
on
a
the
demotion?
It's a demotion.
He got knighted, remember?
He's a
Well,
He
to
can
be
be
fair,
the
they need to go
leader.
back to being small with Spider-Man. I need. He already been in space. He need to come back
no,
to.
he's gonna be
Earth.
grounded,
be
but
the
when
leader.
but he's an Avenger. Not
Don't
no.
nobody know him right now anyway, so he can't be nothing.
Because if they really wanted to, they could make him a leader in Young
No,
Avengers.
they know
Man,
Spider-Man. They don't know Peter. That's different.
Yeah.
They haven't established that to me. I haven't seen it, so I
It
don't know.
said it. Look,
You saw No Way Home.
Yeah, he's
Doesn't Doctor Strange refer to Spider-Man? And
Yeah. He
He does.
explicitly does.
yeah,
Does
he
he?
doesn't remember Peter, but he
Yeah.
remembers Spider-Man.
Mm.
Because she asked him a question about
He
Spider-Man.
was like Spider-Man. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
Mm.
Well, I think he should still be in Young Avengers.
No.
Tom just still gives me young boy vibes every
He
time I see him
does.
play
He
Spider-Man.
does.
No.
Even
I mean,
though I've
if
seen some
Kate was
crazy
Young
things
Avengers, I guess
now.
he could be too. So she's
Yeah,
I was gonna say if
23.
we can Kate
Canonically,
answer
Kate
who
is
are
older than
in
him.
there,
yeah, so-
right?
But technically, he was split for 5 years, so he might look younger, but he's older.
So he should still be.
See,
So he should actually be the same age as Kate, probably.
If you're
a
blips,
little
do you
bit.
count the years that you weren't like existing?
We had this question in Far From Home.
You're doing an
Well,
argument,
what
but in
was
real
the
life, no.
answer?
The
I
answer was don't think about it because that means they can't get a beer.
But technically, our birthday was 5. You know,
Yeah,
It's
I've
when
been
it's
away for 5
convenient.
years.
It's when it's
It shouldn't
convenient.
count. It should count. I don't care.
Peter-
Plus, I guess I keep saying Young Avengers because we don't have an Avengers team yet, anyway. So
I don't
Can
care.
you believe that this is this post-credit scene that happened? Spoilers. I know this is the Loki side of the episode. Spoilers for the Marvels if you're watching this the wrong half.
Yeah.
But I think it's crazy to me that the Young Avengers are being built, but the main Avengers aren't. Who's putting together the team for the Avengers?
I
Captain
mean,
America, eventually,
nobody. Nick Fury in space.
it's gonna be Cap.
Oh, I think it's probably Wong who's going to do it at some point.
It's gonna be Cap. I don't know why
Yeah, I
no one
think-
listens to me.
I think Joel's right.
It's just
I mean,
ignoring me.
It's for
I-
sure.
I don't know. I think it's just because I'm still waiting for Sam. I'm still waiting for this movie. Like we haven't seen Sam since what 2021,
So you're expecting,
and no other movie has
Cap
even
at this
acknowledged
point?
that there's a new Captain America either.
that's also true.
This is what the what?
They haven't acknowledged
Like they also
him
just
as
haven't
the
mentioned
new
that there's a
Captain
new
America.
Cap as well.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to get his own movie, so let him do that first. I mean, you gonna bring up Cap in the conversation like randomly?
I don't know.
Hey, y'all know
They're
they
in
put
America.
And they brought up other heroes before.
Yeah,
Well,
they're in
we're
America.
relevant.
Like, even
Crazy
Spider-Verse
stuff
out
be
here making
happening.
mentions to the MCU.
Yeah.
Because like so much stuff has happened. I'm like, we got a Black Cat. Hey, I need somebody to talk about. Nick,
You
why
don't
have you
even
not
need
talked to this
like
man
you
yet?
just need help. Like who's in America that could help
Mhm.
us?
Like during Secret Invasion, you ain't called Cap now. 1 point.
Well,
Yeah,
he was
no,
in
we
Yeah,
don't
Europe.
trust.
He explained that
Europe.
too, but
He
I
also
want to do
like-
it all alone,
He didn't know who he could
aka
trust.
budget.
Yeah.
I mean, there's also that.
Anthony
but
Mackie cost that much. He was over here doing Twisted Metal for free.
I'm just saying.
Oh, it was good.
The Marvel checks are different. I don't know. Like, look.
You know, you got your main gig, then you got like
That's why he was able to do Twisted Metal.
you do it for
Twisted
the
Metal was the
There you
fun.
go. There you go.
yeah,
Twisted Metal was fun.
I heard it was
Yeah.
good.
It was. It was
People
better
still
than-
get Mark Hamill to do like lots of indie films and stuff for free.
I
You
don't
know,
know.
he just does it because he likes it.
Hmm.
Maybe that's what happened.
It's a little different.
Little bit. Oh man, guys, is there anything else we wanted to hit on this MCU episode before we call it a day?
I think that's it on my end.
In terms of reviews,
Are y'all excited for the future?
I want
After
to
seeing
see
what
Owen
Loki has
Wilson
done?
on a jet ski.
Future of what? Future
I
of the
do not want to
MCU?
Jets.
the MCU, yeah.
Yeah, just after seeing with Loki now.
I thought you meant a
Because
future
it's
of
like-
Loki. Absolutely not. But future MCU, yes.
Jesus.
Because after the conversations we all had, like all the worries we've been having.
I
with
just
this
just
franchise.
clarify what you asked. Just making sure.
I
No,
will
that's fair.
say,
Very fair.
I feel like the past couple of projects, like we're kind of getting that, in my opinion, like the quality that I feel like was missing from like Multiverse of Madness and Love and Thunder.
Hold on.
And,
No, let her cook.
You are not
No,
putting that in
put a
the
lot.
same
Put a
category
lot
as Love
on
and
for Love
Thunder.
and Thunder.
I'm
and
not
Eternal.
saying that
Put a
they're
lot on the
equal in
movies.
terms of like how much
A
I
lot on it.
like or dislike. I'm just saying in terms of the stories that they're telling, I haven't enjoyed Phase 4 as much as I think it's around Phase 4, right?
This is technically
I
5,
haven't
right?
This is
fine.
Phase
I don't-
5.
It's
Whatever
Phase five.
phase
Because
we're in
Ant-Man
right
started
now,
Phase 5.
haven't enjoyed
Correct.
it as much
That's
as
correct.
the previous phases. And I
I'm
feel
with
like
you,
with
Jamie.
these past couple projects, I'm kind of seeing like my passion for Marvel get back going again. I'm enjoying this. I'm like I want to dig more into like what's going on with the characters and everything. So I'm liking the direction that they're going so far.
Cool. She cooking.
They really ended out the year was like, yo, we gonna get back right because a lot of the year they wasn't getting right.
Hey, Guardians came out this year. That was dope.
I said a lot of the year. I didn't say all of the
It
year.
doesn't count. Guardians is just by
Don't blame
itself.
Technically, but still Marvel at the end of the day. I will see if we get What If. What If season 2 might come out this year.
Please, I've literally seen an episode.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Fuck,
Where
it's
is
been
the
it's been that long. It's been that long.
It's literally been that long.
That's
Oh my
crazy.
God.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
I think for me it helps a lot. Next year, I think we were talking before that Deadpool's the only MCU movie coming out in 2024.
Correct.
Because of the delays. So I think that gives them enough time because like Bob Iger has come out and said that they wanted to kind of reevaluate their strategy and make a couple tweaks and give them a bit more time to develop these projects. That also buys them time for the Kang situation, IRL. So I think we ended the year pretty strong. The Marvels was fun. Loki was great. Guardians was really good as well. I skipped Secret Invasion, so I didn't have to deal with that.
It was cool.
It was good.
Hey, Jinx.
But
If you guys say so.
It had some moments. How about that?
how about that?
Had a few moments. Not many.
How about
A few.
that? Hey, that's more
Take
than
him
Loki
inside.
for you.
How about
That's
that?
more than Loki for you.
Apparently.
Is Secret
Which isn't saying
Invasion
much,
better than
honestly.
Loki? I really have to ask
No.
this, Trayvon.
Secret Invasion is terrible.
Not,
It was
not compare it.
But it's not.
Yeah.
Did I enjoy
It's
the
not Lo-
Power
it's not
of
Loki,
Secret Invasion more than this? Yes. Is the show better than Secret Invasion? Yeah, I would say it's better than Secret Invasion.
Okay.
I'll give it that. Yeah.
A win is a win, guys. If you enjoyed this episode,
Enjoy your victories.
give us a like, subscribe. Don't miss a thing. We're covering Scott Pilgrim. That should be up on Wednesday. And yeah, it was a marvelous stream. Thank you for joining us. Until next time. Peace.
Bye.
Yeah, did it again.